June 4th. It is a Monday, 10:49 a.m. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Wars, if you want to call it that. While you're checking out this channel, be sure to subscribe to my free newsletter, cryptoversgold.org. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me an upvote or a like or whatever. So, yeah, just get that out of the way real quick. Anyways, take a look at the markets. We're seeing kind of like the same old stuff, I suppose. Kind of stagnated, kind of boring, which is normal things. I wanted to bring up one point when I spoke today is that I was looking at like marijuana stocks and things, and just because I'm kind of interested in them, maybe one day kind of putting some aside into marijuana stocks that I think are at least like beneficial, because that's going to be a huge emerging market once regulation continues to deteriorate around it, and also that the governments need, they want more fucking tax money, whatever. So, it's going to come to the point where legalizing weed benefits everyone. It's going to benefit everybody, okay? Whether it's the governments, the criminals, not the criminals per se, actually, that's the irony of it, is that the only people that will get hurt by the legalization of marijuana is the criminals. It's like, okay, anyways. Going into weed stocks, that's where I was getting at. But if you look at some of the marijuana stocks and things, they were exploding the same time that cryptocurrency was exploding. And I thought that was super interesting, because you have two inflating bubbles that are inflating coexistently. And then they corrected right at the same time, right around mid-January. So, this whole fucking ecosystem and this whole economy is it's just a fantasy. Like, it's just this realm of just bullshit all day, all the time, okay? You have these blowing bubbles formulate at the same time, okay? Across, whether it was weed stocks, the indexes, or cryptocurrencies, right? So when you look around, throughout everything has been blown up, ridiculous, right? Now, I'm not saying necessarily the marijuana stocks aren't a bad long-term speculation, because I do think they are a good long-term speculation, because a lot of these could be huge corporate companies, maybe not huge corporate companies per se, but it's just a great field to play in because there's a high demand for it. It's an emerging industry, There's tons of reasons, but I don't recommend them right now because I think they're a little overvalued along with all the other bubbles that have formed. But definitely something to pay attention to. So, yeah, but I just want to bring up that point because, most people, they don't see why did crypto boom? Okay, why in January? Why? Now, a bunch of the crypto heads will say, oh, it was a paradigm shift. It was all this innovation and all this crazy stuff that made it explode in price value. And there was just a high demand at the time and all this stuff. It's like, you know what? No, that's not it. You know what is it? Is pure bubble formation, manipulation from the Fed, inflation, deflation, increasing circulating supply of money through student loans, more bullshit loans that don't make anyone more money, okay? In fact, it's all just foo-foo money. It's magic foo-foo money. So when you print it out, and I can give you millions and 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 millions of bullshit, okay, and then you price stocks in it and all this stuff, it destroys the entire ecosystem, okay, and that's what we're seeing right now. And I was listening to Gregory Mannarino. He was talking about the 10-year yield and how it has been rising, and that could be, detrimental for the stock market and things once those maybe implode, which, it could implode, but it's going to take a long time before it does, very long time, because it's just a slow process, okay? Once it does happen, it will happen quickly, but for it to happen, it's going to take a long, long time, And to be honest, I find myself on repeat, all day with this stuff. It just doesn't end. It's the same shit, anticipating, waiting, right? And then when the day comes, you're probably wrong anyways. But what I'm getting at is, it's just that this whole economy and everything is so propped up. It's absurd. And that's another good point I heard too is look, man, if the economy is going to stay in a fantastical realm that you think it is, and you think that the stock market and the Dow and the indexes and everything's going to go up forever, then fine, you're going to have a fucking job. Why even invest in those things? when yourself is going to be working for those companies that are fantastically just driving up the prices. You'll find a fucking job at Facebook, fine. Their stock's going through the roof, or whatever, Macy's, who cares? What I'm getting at with that is, why would you also bet your life on it? So you're betting your job on it, and then you're betting your revenue, your income. It's like, no, you bet. That's your career. So your bet's on the economy either way in your career. So why would you bet your investments also on the economy? No, you should hedge your bet. You should put it in gold and silver. So if you lose your fucking job because the economy tanks, guess what? You're wealthy off your fucking tangible metals because everyone's scrapping to get them. It's just so stupid. People are just so ignorant. It's not even stupidity necessarily, because if it was presented to them in the proper manner or whatever, maybe they get it. But it's just ignorant. They don't ignore it. They don't care. Okay? I'm too busy drinking with my buddies this weekend, watching fucking NHL or football or bullshit. You know what I mean? So, yep. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to hear me rant more. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get a little frustrated sitting here yelling at my computer, and maybe like 10 people are on the other end, but it's a way to vent. I think it's more therapeutic for me than it is for anyone listening, so be sure to subscribe. Peace.